Record this. Fantastic. Great. So, guys, tonight I'm going to be talking about a company that has absolutely shattered records in this industry. Not only in the industry, in the world, really. They're quite a phenomenal company. And what they've done in just the short 6 years that they've been around is absolutely amazing. So whether you're actually on this call and you're somebody who owns a business, and you're just looking to do something part-time to earn some income outside of what you're currently doing, or whether you're an entrepreneur, who's been through multiple businesses, and you guys know the struggles and the heartache of what it takes to run and get a business going, and you know how it is. You invest your life in it, and that just hasn't worked out, and you're looking for something that really is a fail-proof way to success. This is that too. And if you're looking for something that is something to do on the side as almost something to just keep you busy, if you will, and help you earn an extra stream of residual income. As entrepreneurs, we're always looking at different ways to diversify our income streams. One income stream is not enough in today's economy. And if you guys are in South Africa, as I am right now, you don't want to be earning rands when the dollar is as raising as fast as it is to the rand. So it's always great to diversify your options. So a little bit about myself. My name is Oliver Grimbly. I'm an international speaker and business consultant. I was privileged enough to be in over 20 countries in 2014, speaking on stages with serial entrepreneurs. And one of my favorites, and a good friend of mine and a mentor who actually introduced me to Jeunesse, is a gentleman by the name of Peter Sage. And he is an absolutely phenomenal entrepreneur. He's been on Dragon's Den. He's on the board of entrepreneurship in Europe. And he does his millionaire business school all over the world, inspiring people towards their full potential. And I've just been very, very lucky and privileged to be able to learn from the man, and it's really raised my level of consciousness. And now I'm applying that to everything in my life. And he introduced me to Jeunesse, and this is a vehicle which has literally changed my life and the life of so many people around me. And that's what I want to share with you tonight. I want to share with you the business of the 21st century, as Robert Kiyosaki talks about. So let's get into it. So the home-based business is definitely a trend right now. The corporate world as we know it is falling apart. It doesn't offer the same job security it did before. Everyone knows that. And we're living in a results-based economy, which means there are millions of people that are with degrees and no jobs. So you can hire somebody from Harvard now with a degree for $10 an hour, literally, to do some dirty work for you on the side if you're an entrepreneur. Yes, I know, it sounds ridiculous, but there are people that have dropped out of college and are employing people with degrees from Ivy League schools to work for them. That's how crazy the world is we live in. And this industry is an industry which is producing more multi-millionaires than almost any industry globally. So there's 200 million people expected to join this industry in the next 10 years. How fast does 10 years go, guys? Very quickly. It just flashes by before you know it. The most impressive thing is more growth is predicted in this industry in those next 10 years than in the last 50 years. That is a phenomenal statistic, because you are looking at an industry which is on the rise. There's momentum, and no one wants to join an old business. 1 out of every 5 homes in Asia and Africa are involved in direct sales. Okay, and that number is just rising. And you might say that's not, if Asia and America and those markets are ahead of us, I don't want to get involved. No, not necessarily. It's an advantage for you, because there hasn't been anyone that's tapped those markets yet. So we're at the forefront of something which is going to explode in Africa and Asia Pacific, specifically Australia, because Jeunesse has already absolutely taken off in Singapore and Malaysia, as a lot of you might know. 2015, 1 in every 2 American households will be operating a home-based business. Guys, just to give you an idea of how many people that is, I mean, that's a huge amount of people. And if 50% of people are doing that, that needs to tell you something. That means that people are looking for alternate options. They actually need a plan A, never mind a plan B. People are looking for a plan A. And I'm sure we would all agree we are in what is currently a depression. The banks are actually printing money. The media is covering up a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. we are in tough times right now, and Robert Kiyosaki predicts the biggest financial crisis in history in 2016. So you really have to ask yourself, am I diversifying my income? Am I looking at my options? Because if you're just working a 9 to 5 and banking on that, that's not enough. So just to give you an idea of how big this industry is, video gaming, 67 billion. The movie industry, guys, Hollywood is $80 billion. Jeunesse, or network marketing, the industry is $182 billion a year industry. That's an outdated slide now. Yes, I can read, don't worry. So it is a $182 billion industry. So it's literally one of the fastest growing industries worldwide. So you know that you're getting involved in something which is on the rise. And again, when you're looking at a business, when you're looking at a company, when you're looking at getting involved in anything of this nature, you need to make sure it's something that's trending, that people want. There's a market for your product or service. So why should we get involved in a network marketing business? Well, if you look at the industry, Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Sir Richard Branson, I've been privileged enough to meet some of these gentlemen. I wouldn't say that they're fools. These are all incredibly successful entrepreneurs, and all of them own network marketing companies. All of them. Donald Trump has a shared network marketing business. Robert Kiyosaki, Sir Richard Branson. Robert Kiyosaki talks about how this is the business that people want. It's the business model of the future. It's possible for everybody to win. And he talks about how there's not enough people that have money to invest in his business. So what a genius idea to offer them a solution to an income out of a home-based business, and then they can use that income to now invest in his business. So he's giving them an option to actually earn income. That's the problem, is people are one paycheck away from the streets. 90% of people are literally a paycheck away from being broke. If they lost their job after 30 days, they wouldn't have any money left in the bank account. It's that scary. So this is an incredibly lucrative time in history for this industry to thrive. So yeah, I actually got some time with Robert Kiyosaki, and we were chatting, and he said to me, Oliver, what is business? And I said to him, well, it's exchange of a product or service, adding value. He said, correct, but at a deeper level, what is business? And he said, business is people. And if you can leverage people, you have an asset. Just think about that for a second. So if you can get a whole lot of people, okay, and they're doing things for you, and you have a percentage of that pie, you have an asset. You have an income producing asset. And the larger that network, the more amount of income you have. And all the greatest entrepreneurs know the more number of people you can serve in life, the more money you will make. That's why Apple is such a success story. Look how many people have an iPhone. Probably watching this webinar right now, you have an iPhone. That's why they make money, because they're helping and they're adding value to an ever greater number of people. So, this is an industry in which you can literally add value to people in over 120 countries, and at the touch of a button, and send an email, send a video. It's quite incredible. If you look at the industry, health and wellness, I'm sure we would all agree, is trending. Health and wellness is trending. Everyone's talking about organic. Everyone's talking about what's healthy to eat, what's the best thing for my body. And, here's the interesting thing, is the fastest growing segment of the health and wellness industry, okay, is the anti-aging industry. So now, not only do you have an industry which is pretty much the fastest growing industry globally, but you have the fastest growing segment of that industry as well. This is why Jeunesse has been hitting the numbers they've been hitting, which I'm about to share with you. But here's the interesting statistic. Out of the billions of people that live on the planet, okay, 1 billion of them were born between 1946 and 64 and make up a third of the world's population. Guys, a third of the entire world's population wants our product. I think that's a pretty significant statement. So a third of the world's population, in other words, over 2 billion people want our product, right? So anti-aging, as I said, is trending. It's predicted to be $1 trillion industry in the next 10 years. So the growth that we're going to be experiencing is absolutely tremendous. The company now, so the company that is the world leader in health and wellness and in the anti-aging industry specifically is Jeunesse. And you have to pronounce it like that. It's French for youth, Jeunesse, if anyone was wondering. I have some people calling it Genesis. Definitely not that. And it's a family-owned company. The reason I like that is you don't have to report to shareholders. And the best interests of the shareholders is in the shareholders, right? So the company's interest is in their shareholders. It's in the few. Whereas this company, it's family owned, and they literally give away 50% of the profits to their distributors. Okay, and not only that, they have a massive charity in North Africa and Asia, which they're developing. So you are giving back and creating a legacy by being involved with this legend company. They're debt-free and profitable. They were founded on the 9th, 2009, which is auspicious for longevity in Asian culture. They ranked 38 on the DSA's top 100, which is the Direct Selling Association. You have to be registered with them if you want to be a legitimate network marketing company. And as I said, we're established internationally. The company has won 6 American Business Awards, 12 Telly Awards, and they've also been officially ranked as the #1 fastest growing company in the world, officially in the industry. So that's a phenomenal statistic to achieve in just 6 years. And as I said, 38 in terms of the world rankings. And here are some statistics for you guys that should really, really open up your mind, specifically the entrepreneurs that know their numbers. If you look at all the fastest companies in history, okay, in this industry that have hit $1 billion, Amway took 21 years, right? Herbalife, 24. We've heard of Herbalife. Nu Skin was the fastest company in history in this industry to do $1 billion, 20 years. Jeunesse did it in 6 years. Just to give you an idea how big that is, Apple took 6 years, guys. Facebook took 6 years. The biggest brands we know. We beat eBay to $1 billion. I mean, how phenomenal are those numbers? That's an incredible statistic. The founders are 2 self-made multi-millionaires, Wendy and Randy Ray Lewis. And if you look at the entrepreneurs' backgrounds, Randy developed software for NASA, which he sold for over $200 million, which is still in use by NASA today. And Wendy has been developing compensation plans for network marketing companies, has an incredible mathematical mind. She's also won American Businesswoman of the Year, being flown to New York for that, literally, which is a phenomenal accomplishment. And she's also been voted as the most influential woman, one of in our industry, in the direct selling industry. So we have fantastic leadership. And as I said, you know, family is where it's at with Jeunesse, and the tradition continues. Scott Lewis, the son of Wendy's, involved as the chief visionary officer, and apparently he's doing a phenomenal job taking Jeunesse global. So we're in over 120 countries, guys. This is an outdated slide. What that means, very simply put, is your office is anywhere you want it to be. I was diving in the Red Sea and swimming in Egypt at the earlier part of last year. I'll be in Barcelona and LA in the next couple months. So literally wherever I am, I'm doing business. I can do business. You can do business on your smartphone. Your entire business runs from your phone. You literally just need an internet connection and a mobile device, and that's it. You're set. You don't need anything else. You don't need to hire people. You don't need staff. You don't need office expense, rent expense. You don't have to worry about logistics, accounting. All of that is taken care of. You just have to worry about sharing Jeunesse with the world. And the product line, what you're going to be sharing is a phenomenal range of products. As I said, this is a product line which really falls in line with anti-aging. It's all a holistic system called the YES system, or Youth Enhancement System. And really it's aimed at helping to rejuvenate the body on an external and internal level. So you have the Luminous line, and the difference, you might ask, between our skincare range and all the other skincare products in the world is that we use human-derived stem cell technology. Yeah, human-derived stem cell technology. And no, they are not from placentas and babies and things. They're from the fat tissue, adipose tissue in the skin. Just beneath the surface of the skin and the fat tissue, doctors have actually figured out a way to extract stem cells from the fat, use a centrifuge system, and literally extract a growth factor which communicates with your cells to rejuvenate and repair the cells. And then we have Instantly Ageless, which I'm going to play a video for you. Quite a phenomenal product. Never mind waiting a few months to look 10 years younger. 2 minutes, 120 seconds. And then you have the nutrition line, which has been nominated for some Nobel Prize winning research. And that goes beyond nutrition. I shouldn't even say nutrition, because it works on stem cell and DNA repair. So you're really working on the cause, not the symptom of any problem. So the doctor behind our stem cell technology is Dr. Nathan Newman. He's a very well-known leader in stem cell technology formulation. He's from California. And I'm going to be seeing him soon when I travel there. And he's actually been all over NBC, the news, Fox News. So he's a very well-known doctor. And as I said, it's the growth factors which we put on our skin. It's not stem cells that we're actually applying to the surface of the skin. It's growth factors. And those growth factors are like the cell's language. So like we communicate in English, our cells communicate with growth factors. And those growth factors communicate with the cells to repair and regenerate those cells. And therefore, you literally are becoming younger. It's quite phenomenal. It's cutting edge science. So that's the skincare range. Consists of 6 different products. And I'm going to show you a little bit of photos of what the skincare range does. But it consists of a serum which you apply morning and night, the day moisturizer which has got a built-in SPF 30 to protect your skin from the harsh rays of the sun. Then you have your essential body renewal, which is great for cracked heels, any dry hands, keeping it in a handbag. Women love to keep it in their handbag. Just your skin in general. It helps with also tightening up and firming up the skin if there's any stretch marks, scarring, things like that. The mask you use once a week, really phenomenal. Try put that mask on half somebody's face and pull it off, and you'll see a huge difference. It's quite scary. And the night repair you put on in the evening, that's got your vitamin A, B, and E, and you put that on in the evening as well. It's also got growth factors in it to rejuvenate the skin throughout the evening. So don't take my word for it. We've actually had third-party laboratory studies done on our products, and 100% of people would recommend these products to friends and family. Just to give you an idea why that statistic is so important, would you agree, specifically ladies, when something works and you like it, you talk about it? You go to everyone and you say, I heard about this, try this. And you don't get paid for it. So your friend goes, they purchase the product and great, they use it, but there's no benefit for you. That's the first thing that changes. The second thing is that it's very, very important that you know the product works. Would you agree? Otherwise, you wouldn't want to refer your friends or family because you could jeopardize the relationship. If it didn't work, they would think you're a, whatever it is, you can fill in the blank. So it's a very comforting fact to know that this product works and 100% of people would recommend it. That will give people the confidence to go out and share it with people, hence the results Jeunesse has got. So these are some of the results you can expect. This is literally within 30 to 90 days of using the cellular rejuvenation serum combined with the other Luminous products. So the serum has got an 85% active ingredient complex of growth factors, and that's literally the magical ingredient that's creating the phenomenal difference you see here. It's going to improve the firmness of the skin, the luminosity, the texture. It works with acne, cystic acne in this case is serious. This is Cheryl Rim from Cape Town. She literally walked into my kitchen and said, look at my hand. And she had to literally put it in front of my face because I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I looked at her hand and I was absolutely shocked. That's 9 days. 9 days of applying the serum and her hand looks like that. So she is a walking testimonial. This is a lady from Australia, literally worked for Mary Kay 20 years, and now she's part of Jeunesse. It's probably one of the most popular pictures that's going around on the internet at the moment. And then we have Instantly Ageless. So Instantly Ageless is the miracle micro cream that has really caused Jeunesse to hit $1 billion in 6 years. So instead of talk about it, I'm going to play a video that's going to explain what this product does a lot better than I can.
What you want to do is twist off the top. You want to squirt out a very small amount. Flip the lid over and reseal it. So you can use this file 2 or 3 more times. Is tap a very, very thin layer. I'm just tapping a very thin layer on her skin, but you want to leave it about 10 or 15% damp on the skin. Do not rub it all the way in because the product works as it's drying, so you want it to allow it to do this.
Yeah, I'm going to start a timer. I can't see the...
You haven't seen anything yet.
You can use Instantly Ageless before or after your makeup. First of all, you want to do all your preventative maintenance and all the good stuff first.
see? What are you thinking?
So that was pretty phenomenal. I'm sure you would agree. And that's the product that has absolutely taken the world by storm right now. And it's just 3 ingredients. It's a peptide called algirolene and 2 minerals. That's it. And it's literally instant Botox in a bottle. And that's a conversation starter. That's a wow factor, And not many companies have a product that can give you results in 120 seconds. So that's the game changer. You really don't need to be good at sales to do Jeunesse. All you need to do is be able to share that product, do a live demo, show a video, and people are absolutely amazed. And the next question is how much? So the product literally sells itself. And by definition, then you don't have to sell it. You just have to be good enough to be able to help them to get registered and get some product in their hands. And the rest will take care of itself. So that's the product right now in our line. Reserve, this is a phenomenal product. It's actually the #1 selling product in the entire range, even more so than Instant Ageless and the serum. Reason being, this is full of antioxidants, and our bodies undergo oxidative stress on a daily basis. But this is full of your antioxidants and all the ingredients you need to combat that process. So everyone knows what red wine is. We drink red wine, and there's that saying, a glass of red wine a day is good for you. It's because of the resveratrol in the wine. And 1 sachet of Reserve literally has, I think it's over 20 to 80 bottles worth of red wine of resveratrol. So it's a phenomenal amount of resveratrol, and resveratrol has been proven scientifically to activate a gene, an anti-aging gene in your DNA. So you are literally activating your fountain of youth, and it's got your green tea extract, your grapeseed, your acai, your dark cherry, all of those things that your body needs to fight the oxidative stress that it's going under on a cellular level. And we have phenomenal testimonials of people that have been using this product. So there are some of the things Jeunesse can claim that the product does. It's going to reinforce a healthy immune system. That's going to boost your energy levels like crazy, support healthy joint function. And again, there are other products with resveratrol in it. So what makes Jeunesse different? Well, we have the highest positive CAP-E test, which basically is how effectively the resveratrol works on a cellular level. And we have an incredibly high CAP-E test. So that's the difference, is how effective it actually works. Dr. Vincent Giampapa is a doctor who's literally been published in numerous journals, very well-known doctor in the anti-aging industry. And he's been nominated for Nobel Prize-winning research for the development of a product called AMPM. Now, this is a product which isn't available, I know, in certain markets yet. It is in others, but this is an incredible product. I know myself and Peter have tried it and literally had the best night of sleep in my life on the PM. And the AM is an essential blend of plant-based ingredients to really give you energy throughout the day and to help you, work at your peak, at your optimum performance. So this works, and it goes beyond nutrition. Again, this is a product, as I said, guys, that was nominated for Nobel Prize-winning research. So seriously impressive ingredients. Cell regulation, stem cell maintenance, and DNA repair. So we're going beyond to nutrition here. And you can read up more on this if you just go to the website from whoever sent you to watch this webinar. Zen is our nutrition range. And a lot of people focus on losing weight, but it's not about losing weight, because muscle weighs more than fat. So it's more about actually toning and losing the fat, but keeping the muscle and building toned muscles. So this is a range of products that really helps with that. And this goes beyond, again, your general weight loss supplements. The Zen Shape actually has African mango seed extract. And, it's scientifically proven that to help with leptin production. And as we age, leptin isn't produced in the body as effectively. And that's a chemical, in our brain, which helps us to know when we're full and suppresses cravings, things like that. So you're not likely to eat as much junk food or have cravings if you're using Zen Shape. It's really going to regulate that metabolic process. The Zen Fit is your amino acids, helps with your mood, and also those are the building blocks of protein. And the Zen Pro is a synergistic blend of whey, pea, and rice protein. So literally high-end protein. So this is an incredible nutritional range of products. And these are just some before and after photos of people that have used the Zen range. And you can see it's quite phenomenal, the results they've got. Affinity really is Jeunesse's stellar product. It's not their #1 selling product, but it's definitely the product with the most scientific research backup behind it. 3 doctors were nominated for Nobel Prize winning research in 2009 for the discovery of an ingredient called TA65, a telomerase really, and it's an enzyme which literally reverses aging. So yes, you can actually slow down aging. And telomerase or TA65 literally lengthens the telomeres. So at the end of our chromosomes, they're little tails. And if you think of a shoelace, as a shoelace ages, it starts to fray. The same thing happens to your telomeres. And as those telomeres shrink, the scientists have found that the average time, or the longest time a telomere can last, is about 120 years. So basically, as those telomeres shrink, you age. And things influence that: smoking, your lifestyle, stress, the environment you live in, all sorts of things. So this product literally is supporting a delay in cellular aging. Okay, so this is working on also improving the immune system, helping you to live a longer, healthier life. So this is a phenomenal product. And I know TA65 celebrities would pay thousands of US dollars to just get this ingredient into their system on a monthly basis. And we're a company that has a patent on the ingredient, and we're selling it infinity. So that's quite phenomenal. So I'm going to talk very briefly about the income, how much money you can expect to earn out of Jeunesse. Well, it really depends. If you're on this webinar and you're thinking, I just want to earn an extra 20 grand a month, it's possible. If you want to earn an extra 20 million rand a month, it's possible. There's people doing it. So literally, the sky is the limit. It just depends on how big your network is and how many people you can share this opportunity with. So the first way is obviously, as soon as you become a distributor, you can get all these products at wholesale. And you can retail them and keep the difference, which is approximately a 40 to 45% markup. So for example, the serum you would pay $83 and you can retail it $134. You're earning a $51 retail profit. And guys, we earn US dollars in this business. So if you're in a country that has a currency that's weak, such as South Africa, it's really, really awesome. So every time there's an issue and our rand drops, to the dollar, we're very happy because we're earning US dollars. So this is a solution to that problem. The second thing, this is just a promotion. Jeunesse says if you can get 2 customers, they will give you 2 serums and $50. But I focus more on building the business. And this is what I want to talk about tonight is when you actually enroll somebody in your business as a wholesale customer, you can also earn a commission. So for every distributor who comes in on a basic pack, okay, you earn a $25 US commission. And for every distributor that comes in on an ambassador package, which is the business package, you earn a $250 US commission. Okay, so those numbers add up if you're sponsoring people on a daily basis or weekly basis. And if you ask what's the difference with the packages, really, if you're looking at the business, the ambassador pack is by far the best value for money. You're going to get over well over the value of products for what you pay, and you're also going to earn from the matching bonus income stream immediately, which I'm going to talk about now. Whereas if you buy the other packs, such as the basic, you have to work your way up and sponsor a certain amount of people before you can earn the income an ambassador pack would earn immediately. But that only applies to certain markets. So I know the US, they've done away with that incentive, but in South Africa, for example, if you buy an ambassador pack, you still have that incentive. So it's a great incentive to take advantage while you still can in South Africa. And this is what I want to talk about now, is the power of compound. I don't know if you guys have heard the story of a penny. But basically, a dad said to his 2 young sons, would you like a penny or doubled every day for 30 days, or would you like $1 million? And most people like instant gratification, so they would take the $1 million. But what they didn't understand, the other son understood, is that the power of geometric growth or compound growth. And that is the secret to this business, and the secret that the wealthiest people in the world understand. And that is compound growth. And if you take a penny doubled every day, in 30 days, it's over $5 million. Sorry, guys, my PowerPoint there just closed. $5 million. So literally, that's a phenomenal amount of income. as you can see, that's the power of geometric growth. So when you're enrolled in Jeunesse, you have two legs. It's called a binary system. And very simply, you have a left side and you have a right side. And if somebody comes into your business, every time they purchase a pack, they get CV points, what's called consumer volume. And if they buy a box of Ageless, for example, that's 30 points. A serum is 60 points. An ambassador pack's 500 points. So if John comes in on my right with an ambassador pack and Sue comes in on my left on a pill pack at 300, 900 points has gone through my network, I'll earn a $35 commission. And this is unlimited levels down. So if John now goes and gets his 2 and his 2 each get 2, you are earning from every single individual in this network. So there's diamonds in Jeunesse that I've met that have literally only sponsored 100 people in their business. And they've got 40,000 people in over 40 countries earning $3 to $5 million a year US. So that's the power of this business if you really want to take it seriously and earn a residual income. And he did that in just 2 years. So it's quite a phenomenal power, the power of geometric growth when you understand it. So the more people you can get involved in your network, the sooner when there's momentum, the quicker you're going to see those results. Cool. Just change the slide here. It's just freezing. Okay, there we go. So matching bonus, guys. So this business is all just about helping people to get executive and doing the same. So as soon as you get involved in Jeunesse, you become a distributor with your 100 points or more. As soon as you sponsor 2 distributors, you become an executive. If you can get 4 executives, you become a jade. So basically 4 people that each have 2, you become a jade. If you get 8 executives, you become a pearl, and a sapphire has 12 executives. So that's really the gold. And then up to diamond, you have sapphires in your business. And what happens if you buy that ambassador pack, or if you're in a sapphire, is let's say Lindsay comes in on my right and John comes in on my left. If Lindsay earns 100,000 Rand that month and John earns 100,000 Rand that month, I earn a 20% matching check from Jeunesse, not off their income, in addition. So the company will pay me 20,000 Rand from that business and 20,000 Rand from John's business. That's a total of 40,000 Rand a month residual income, or $4,000 a month residual income on that first level. But the thing is, it goes down to 7 levels depending on your rank. So you will get all 3 of these levels immediately if you come in on an ambassador pack or once you reach sapphire. So for example, if John sponsors Lindsay and John sponsors his friend Patrick, and Lindsay and Patrick each make 100,000 a month, and Lindsay does the same, and those 4 people are all earning 100,000 Rand a month, I'm earning 15,000, 15,000, 15,000, 15,000. So 30, 60,000 on my second level and 40 still on my first. So that's a total of 100,000 a month in that business from those 8 networkers or those 6 networkers. So that's the power of geometric growth. And guys, if you can just think about the potential when you get somebody in this business that's serious, that wants to go out and build a network and become a sapphire and gets 32 people, you know, in your network, which is what a sapphire has minimum and above, you can start earning some serious income. Customer acquisition, very simply, Jeunesse will push that first level of 20 up to 30% if you just get 10 customers in your business. And customers can even be wholesale customers that you sign up that just don't sponsor any people. They just use the product. So if you can get 10 of those, this will go up from 20 to 30% a month. And if you have those 10 customers, you're literally going to earn that extra percentage. The diamond bonus pool is really an amazing incentive. Just to give you an idea, diamonds earned an average last year of $80,000 per month. And you know, the top diamond in Jeunesse, and there's a lot of diamonds out there. It's 150 currently in Jeunesse. Jeunesse did $1 billion in its 6th year last year in sales. So take 3% of that and divide that through the 150 diamonds, and those were the checks that they got quarterly. So being a diamond is really where you want to be. If you love travel, the company has huge travel incentives. I've just won a trip to Barcelona, all over the Mediterranean, fully paid for, flights, accommodation, a night's hotel before the cruise, 8 days, you know, spending money. It's quite incredible, and you get to spend time with like-minded individuals. So the traveling is a phenomenal incentive, and that's really the product range, guys. So we've managed to, in just 6 short years, become $1 billion company. We're helping transform people's lives from the inside out. You know, we're in a time right now where anti-aging is exploding. This market is exploding. People want this product. A third of the world's population don't want to get older. They want to look younger, and they are looking for strategies to earn income outside of what they're currently doing, because, as we all know, the retirement income which they have, or what they were given, you know, was not budgeted on them living to 80, 90, 100 years old. It was worked out on them living to 60 or 70 in those days. So people are looking for options. People are open to plan A, never mind plan B. That's why this industry is exploding like it is. And, you know, I know a lot of serial entrepreneurs said if they had to lose all their money and start again, they would start in network marketing. The richest man in the world, Warren Buffett, said cash on cash return, direct selling companies are the best investments he has ever made. So you have to just ask yourself whether you want to do this part-time or full-time. You know, we have an incredible team, an incredible network. I hope you get back to whoever sent you onto this webinar tonight. Ask them what's the quickest way you can get started. You know, enroll, get involved, use the products, experience it for yourself. That's what I can say. And, you know, you're welcome to comment in the section below if you want me to contact you. You know, reach out to a distributor who sent you to this video, and we will see how we can help you to get involved. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end the recording now and ask any questions that anyone has.